We are running this stream so that we can stick together through the COVID-19 crisis and lockdown, and hopefully provide some entertainment to you in these times as well. So hope you enjoyed the stream and help you take your mind off of things. This team on screen right now is also running an ongoing episodic campaign set in the world of Eberron. You can take on the role of an exquisite aeronaut as you organize Warforge, Workers' Rebellions, fight against pirates, and go on bank heists. Very exciting stuff. We run a session every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and ask for signups the day before, which means some are happening tomorrow that you can sign up for right now. We got 15 seats available, so if you're interested, you can join our Discord by going to tavernoftales.com/DND. That's D as in Dungeons, N as in Nystul's Magic Aura, and D as in Dragons. That's all the announcements I have. So with that out of the way, let's settle back into our game with a quick recap of what happened last time. It is the second Arrows Day in Piketide, year 996 of the Great Silence. The day is named for the god of love, Aronoth. The month is named for the god of war, Finim. And the year is named for their absence from the world. Last time, our team finished rescuing Mickey Three Eyes, a wannabe poet and traveling alcohol merchant. He offered the party some gold to help escort him the rest of the way to the city of St. Gertrude, as well as gave them some poems to listen to. Along the way, Ashrin received a strange telepathic signal from the rock they found on the leader of the bandits attacking Mickey. It asked them what their position was, to which they answered no, and there was seemingly no effect to that. Probably won't come up again. They finished their delivery to Reginald Esquis, who raised a lot of red flags for the team. After a brief interrogation on what was in the package that they had just delivered, the slippery gentleman offered them a lucrative job to track down a previous survey team sent north to an abandoned temple, which they decided to take. It was good money. Noticing that the team did not indeed have any healers, Glimmer suggested that the team find a way to procure some healing potions. Ashrin offered to run a grift. The target, an old lady potion seller named Gazolda, who also happened to have a tray of freshly baked cookies. Posing as an older man, Ashrin got close and knocked out the old lady with a sleep spell. Stuffed her bodice with 5 random red potions that the group later identified to be quite helpful. Only one true healing potion, though. After that, the gang headed north to an abandoned plaza and came across the camp of Thomas and Douglas, 2 of the mercenaries from the Dark Sun sent to investigate this place ahead of them, looking for the same survey team they were. Douglas was suffering from a mortal wound, and Gwydion very kindly offered to give him the group's one and only healing potion that they had just recently stolen. His wounds healed, the 2 teams joined forces against what the party identified as a hive of kobolds that had taken up in the temple. They approached the abandoned temple and saw a crude drawing of a fat man with a gray beard and a fiery mane. Text around the painting said, "All hail Rambling Bones, the Devourer." The party slipped through the window without notice, but an ill-placed foot by Glimmer alerted a kobold to their presence, its narrow reptilian head poking over the pillar to see what had encroached on their territory. And that's where we join our group, as 2 small hands raise above the pillar in a sign of surrender.
So
I will draw my sword.
There's only a single kobold here?
That you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
So Gwydion will draw their sword and kind of look at it to be like, there's only one of them. I thought, Douglas, Thomas, I thought you said there was several of them that kidnapped Remus, your brother.
Oh, well, they're probably downstairs further. We should probably get this one before they, alert the others, and they're going to start walking around to try and...
I'm going to nudge Widescale and say, hey, you could talk to them, right? Did you get some information?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll walk towards where the kobold is. I'll put my hands up once again, like a kind of a surrender-esque position.
You get to about here, and the kobold kind of nudges up north to maintain some distance from you. He has a short sword at his hip, but he's otherwise just holding his hands up and nudging backwards.
Okay. In Draconic, I'll say, we would prefer not to fight you if that's possible. My name is Whitescales. What is yours?
I'm Chairclaw. And I would prefer not to fight as well.
Excellent. I believe you have one of our associates, and I'll kind of gesture over to the, it was a Black Suns. That's, Dark Suns.
Dark Suns.
I understand that there was a dispute here.
Yes. The ones below, they're not right in the head.
What do you mean, not right in the head?
It's that friggin' shaman making people bow down to a wrong god.
Is it this Rambling Bones?
Yeah, that's him.
And you don't like him?
Nope.
Okay. Well, what's happened here?
Well, all my people live down below in the caves. We emerged up here through the crypts, and everything was going fine until the shaman found that friggin' machine that rambles on and speaks about prophecies and things like that. So then the shaman just started feeding people to him.
There's a machine. Out of character. Is that weird for this world?
No.
No? Okay.
No, there's old machines left over from the old city.
Okay. I see. Well, we're looking for more people that were around this area. Did you see more than the men in armor there? We're looking for individuals that look like they have surveying equipment.
Oh yeah, they were taken down below.
Is there a chance that they're still alive?
Not likely.
Is there any way that you could show us down there? Give us a hand.
But I kind of want to assassinate the shaman. You gonna be able to help me do that?
I believe that the rest of us should be able to take care of that. If you can get it, this would be preferred.
And there's another thing. My people listen to the shaman, and they're still my people, even though I disagree with their politics. So if things come to blow and you start killing my brothers and sisters, I'm going to start tearing and clawing into you too.
That is fair. I will promise to do my best. Let me talk to my comrades. Generally speaking, hostilities can escalate relatively quickly. But I would like to do our best. Would you like to meet them?
I can see them.
Yes, right this way.
He's just, I don't know if you can see the map. Oh no, yeah. I didn't. Oh, I brought you players over. Okay. Yeah, he's stepped around from the pillar so he can see everyone. He's still got his hands up.
Excellent. And then I'll turn back to the rest of the party and kind of explain the situation as is. And then I'll turn back to what was his name?
Terraclaw.
And I will ask him if he speaks common.
Speak what now?
The common tongue of this land. And then I'll say a couple words in common.
He chatters away in Draconic, not able to understand what you're saying.
I suppose I will have to be the translator then. Then I'll turn back once again to the party. Unfortunately, he does not speak our tongue.
First thing I'd like to do is to look around and make sure that there aren't any other small kobolds about to surprise attack us.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
All right. My perception is +2. All right. That would be a 12.
You take a quick scan of the abandoned temple. It looks like this. There are 8 statues depicting the now silent gods of the world. The altar is up in the front, looks like relatively untouched, and then there is like a recessed crypt that goes underneath the altar, so you can take like some stairs down, and then there's like a brass door there. You look at the like various balconies that are around. You look towards the edges of the statues. You don't see any other sign of movement. You don't hear anything else.
Okay. I'm going to relay to my party and say that it seems that there's no sign of a surprise attack from him.
That's good. What is he saying, White Scales? I almost called you White Claw, which would have been better.
Yeah, White Claw's a bro.
White Claw is a bro. He said something about a shaman down below that's polluting his people's minds. He would like our help getting rid of him, although he doesn't want us to hurt any of the additional kobolds other than the shaman. He also said...
Can we get a couple of questions answered about the machine that eats people also? I'm a little curious about that before we head down there.
Yes. What would you like to know?
Thank you. How does that work? Can you ask him?
Yes. Cool. Terraclaw,
the
machine, what is it exactly?
He's a big metal man with a cage in his belly, and then there's a man inside, and it eats people.
Does it eat the man inside, or is the man inside controlling it somehow?
The man inside eats people. I don't know. I'm not allowed into the inner sanctum.
Fascinating. Well, it appears that it's not just a machine. It seems like it's some construct of some sort. It's like a large suit of armor or something, with a man inside.
Do we feel adequately prepared to take down a large suit of armor with a man inside that eats people?
Well, we have a large suit of armor with a flame inside on our side, so, you know, it's equivalent.
Eidolon, can we get a little more info on your backstory?
Eidolon, do you eat people?
I do not eat, I do not drink, I do not breathe. I do not need the normal things that living creatures need.
But could you? Could you eat people if you ever had the desire to?
I mean, I do suppose that my flame could consume organic material much like it does any food that you try to shove into my helm.
It consumes that apple.
Exactly.
Oh, it must smell much worse if it was humans.
Can you taste?
I get hints of the essence of what it is. I suppose you would call it tasting. It's more of a certain identification with what touches my flame.
Hey, what are you guys scheming about?
Sorry, we got sidetracked. Anyway, shall we go, or would you guys like anything else answered?
Well, I have magic which can. Is he saying that this shaman would make his people fight us?
Yes. Unfortunately, it does seem like they will attack us.
I have some magic which can make them indifferent towards us. We'd have to be careful where people stand, but I don't know if it'll overcome this shaman's magic, but I can try it.
I would really rather not kill them if we can avoid it.
Well, we could just punch them to sleep.
I actually have some experience in putting people to sleep magically. Now, I know none of you have ever seen this in action, but I trust you that it works quite effectively. So we could do that to any dissidents.
Excellent. Good. Unfortunately, I'm not as useful when it comes to non-lethal combat, but
Neither
I'll
am
do my
I.
best.
This is a strange way of pacifying a person.
Yes, White Scales, don't tell him this, but it looks like you could snap him like a twig, so maybe restraint.
Yes.
We're not killing
practice.
any of these things.
It's a good, we could
Except for the
avoid it.
shaman.
Okay. Well,
Although, I'd rather get this job done than acquiesce to their desires. Yes, are the rest of you ready?
Tell him, wait, White Scales, tell him what I can do. I'll like, as you're describing it, I'll like wiggle my finger, I'll peer behind your shoulder and like wiggle my fingers and be like, ooh, magic.
My friend Glimmer here, can use some sort of, enchantment to put your people to sleep.
Not to sleep, not to sleep.
Oh, to
Just
pacify
calm
them?
them down, just calm them down.
And as I say that, I say to sleep, and then Glimmer corrects me, and then I correct myself to Terraclaw.
Well, there's a lot of them. If you think it'll work. My plan was to tie you up and bring you down.
Okay. I'll turn back around. So there's a lot of them down there. He wants to tie us up.
Now, I don't like that.
Oh,
I know we're brainstorming, I don't like that one.
That is
like
not
it.
happening.
Yes.
As a ruse, or like just because?
you should try it sometime. It's actually rather quaint.
Okay, it's not the time.
I'm not rather fond of being bound myself. Yes. And I'll turn back to him. I don't think that's going to work.
Well, there's a checkpoint, though. You want to get past the checkpoint, and he starts moving with his hands. You got to go down through the crypts, past the checkpoint, through this voice that I chose that's very hard to maintain, down like a deep hole, and then through the pungy tunnels, and then that's where the main chamber is. So there's 2 guards up there. The only way you're getting past them is if it looks like I captured you. My personal opinion.
And as he is like using his hand to just like to make the motions, I am also making the motions with my hand. Yes, right, down the hole. And how many of them are at this checkpoint?
3.
I'm fairly certain that we would be able to take them. If you were to loosely bind a few of us, do you think that would work?
We can make a trick knot. Do you know how to make a trick knot?
I'm not particularly good with rope myself. Here, and I'll extend my hands out for him to display it on me first.
I'll approach you and be like, hold on, what is the plan here? What is this about 3? About what's going on?
Okay. Sorry. He wants to bind us to get through a checkpoint. He said something about a trick knot. I'd rather see how this works on myself before...
So if we were bound in loose knots, could he get us all the way to the shaman, and then we could break out and, what we need to do?
He seems to think so.
Is that what he's telling you?
That's what he's telling me.
I'll go with that. So, do you know anything about knots? I feel like you would. Although maybe I shouldn't have asked.
Douglas and Thomas are going to back up away from this and kind of hold their hands up and say, I am not getting tied up by a kobold.
Listen, you owe us after we brought you back to life. I think you should.
Yeah, and we'll do it if we're just going to storm the checkpoint, but I'm not going to get tied up.
Why don't we try a little bit of a play? If our friend here ties up a knot, and then we can say that a couple of
Are you breaking up real bad, Willie?
have brought offerings as peace for perhaps trade for your. Let's do a little play, as the play, we can essentially say we're going to trade us for sacrifice or something to the.
The Zoom call right now. The Zoom call.
I understand the plan.
The shaman, because this guy.
This is riveting.
So basically, I think what Sir Gwydion is trying to say in the Thunderstone is that we offer ourselves, our members, as offerings in exchange for the mercenaries person. We fake tied up. They don't have to be, and it's just an exchange of prisoners.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, that is a
Aren't
good
they
idea.
mad? How are we supposed to be negotiating with these people? And another question. Once we kill their shaman, will they still want to attack the rest of us? So does stealth even matter? Or are we just going to have to, not slay, but disable a whole lot of kobolds?
Well, I mean, we can disable quite many, but usually after a person's leader is toppled, they're no longer willing to fight. It's simple battle etiquette and sort of the right of law. Your king is killed, you're down.
I'd like to ask Tearclaw if he believes that he can pacify his people after we take out the shaman.
Yeah, I got a whole speech written. And he kind of shows you a little scroll.
Ah, excellent. By chance, do you think that you'd be able to get me past the guards unbound? If we were to claim that I was there in interest in this rambling bones the devourer, I speak Draconic, I look enough like you.
I don't think so. And besides getting tied up, I also need all your weapons.
I'll turn back to the party. I have more bad news. He also wants to take our weapons.
How far am I away from this kobold?
You're on the map.
Okay, I'd like to punch him.
Whoa, hold on.
Hold up. Yo.
No, I'm swinging.
Roll your swing.
Oh boy.
I believe that hits.
11?
Oh, that does not hit.
It does not? Okay.
Okay. I would like to rush forward and try to just hold you back. I don't know how strong you are, but yeah. Did you move me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh no.
Hold on, Sir Gwydion. Okay. I thought you wanted to do diplomacy. What are you doing?
Oh, we're just sitting around while Remus might be getting fed to this construct right now. We can take a little kobold. Come on.
To be fair,
Does an
it's not
18
just
hit you, Gwydion?
Oh God.
Sorry, say it again.
Does an 18 hit you?
It does.
So the kobold in front of you, as you take a swing, ducks underneath you. You turn around to talk to Glimmer, and you take...
Oh no!
5 points of slashing damage as he hamstrings you with a dagger.
Okay, I'm pulling Sir Gwydion further back. Great, this is excellent.
I'm going to decapitate that little kobold.
Can you help?
I would like to grapple the kobold.
Yeah, show him that you could fucking turn him into paste if you wanted to.
Yes.
You just sort of between your hands and he's dead.
Is there any way that I can attempt to knock out the kobold using the blunt end of my halberd?
Yep, you can, any damage roll you do with a weapon attack, a melee weapon attack,
is you can designate to be non-lethal.
All right. I'd like to try and make a non-lethal weapon attack.
That's your strength roll to grapple.
It's a 10. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you know that kobolds have -2 to strength? So I think you're going to.
You're gonna roll so high, and I'm gonna be so sad.
Packed weapon.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
You pick him up by like the head and just like lift him up by his neck.
Yeah, with one hand, pick him up by the scruff of the neck and just hold him up.
And he's like slashing at Gwydion with his arms and feet kicking, but he can't reach him. That was
Very
your
sorry about that.
attack roll. That hits.
Yes. All right. So that is. Would that be? It's still 1d10 plus thing.
It is the same damage. It's just non-lethal.
All right. Oh crap!
It's like playing baseball, but instead I'm just holding him up.
Damage. Plus 4. Plus 4.
Everybody have that video of the dog where it goes bonk?
Yeah.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. Non-lethal bludgeoning damage.
You smack it's a halberd.
Yeah, I'm using the blunt of the halberd, kind of like jabbing it.
You like uppercut him with like the blunt end of your halberd, and White Scales, you feel him like go limp and just hangs
Great.
by his head,
Great.
totally unconscious.
Good job, everyone. That was our only leverage down here. Cool.
I want to very gently place him down on the ground.
Douglas approaches him like pulling out his sword.
Hold on. Not that. Not this one. Can anyone tie him up?
I think I have 50 feet of rope somewhere.
I would rather at least leave this one alive.
Yes, I will use some of my hempen rope to tie up the kobold.
Okay, make it just like a sleight of hand check.
Oh, sleight of hand. Excellent. Oh, no. That was a natural 1 plus 2.
Yeah, okay. It's it's the best you could do given the circumstances. You think he's gonna wake up in an hour.
So, okay, new plan? What's going on?
We go down there and we tell them to show us the shaman, or we will punch them in the face.
We just pacify all of them, just like I did.
Yeah, see? Eidolon, I like your plan. We can do that.
That was a new skill I learned.
I would argue that with him unconscious, I think this job requires a little bit less finesse now.
Yes.
Douglas.
Not to nudge too much what Sun has done, but may I say, if we had just spent another 30 seconds hatching out a plan and not fighting him, we may have been down there sooner. Some of us who are in a very extreme hurry to get down there. Just some thoughts for future diplomatic problems we may encounter, but I'll let you guys handle it.
I think maybe we're only good at stealing cookies. Maybe that's the main job.
We seem to be taking the direct path.
I want to look down at the kobold after Ashwin says that and just be like, I think the diplomacy went very well.
Jake, just a mechanic question. Can I deal non-lethal psychic damage?
No, you can't designate any spell damage to be non-lethal.
Cool.
It's only melee weapon attacks.
No, Nico, you cannot post.
No.
That's what non-lethal psychic.
That's what...
Douglas and Thomas are very happy with the way that things turned out, and are drawing their swords and getting ready to tangle.
I'll advance as well.
I will draw my lance and head towards, I guess, the hole in the altar that was indicated.
Yeah, it's like 2 sets of stairs that loop down towards like a basement almost underneath the altar, and then there's a golden or like brass door that's just slightly ajar that has like depictions of the angels of death on the surface. This is probably the entrance to the crypt.
But Jake, I thought you said it was a door.
I did say that.
But you said it was ajar.
So before we go down, I'll say, hold on. So we know how many are at this checkpoint. It's 3, right?
Yeah.
Do we have a quick way to dispatch 3 kobolds? I can charm 2 of them. That
And
might
we have a
help.
quick way to dispatch one that I just saw, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay, you were just talking about plans. Do we want to have a plan before we go down here, or are we just
I have a plan, actually. I think it's a brilliant plan. Actually, Sir Gwydion will go back to the kobold
Oh my god, I see.
and actually pick them up by the rope and carry them with him to the stairs and start.
Okay, that's not the plan. You just picked up the body of a kobold. That's not a plan.
I'm going to use this in the plan.
Okay, are you gonna swing the kobold at them? What's the plan? You need to tell me.
That's a great idea.
I feel like she is going to use.
We're going to show them what we're going to do to them if they don't listen to us.
Okay, that's an option.
I could have swore that you were going to use the kobold as a puppet.
Oh, should we kill him then? That might be more effective.
No. Put the kobold down. We're just going down there as we are, please.
Just trying to work with you people.
Please yell louder, Whitefield. Please yell louder. I want them to know that we're coming. Please yell louder.
Clang, clang, clang. My chainmail is jingling so much.
So are you or are you not adding 1 sleepy kobold to your inventory?
Yes.
You're bringing him with you?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How wide's this hallway?
What's your marching order? Please give it to me starting...
I probably would have, as Gwydion was grabbing the kobold, would have started walking down the stairs, so I imagine I probably would have been going first.
Okay.
Is it only 5 feet wide?
The stairs or the door? You're not in the door yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right in front of our 2 bozos.
Eidolon, you're next to Gwydion?
Yeah, that's where I'd like to be.
Okay, and then those 2 are bringing up the rear. Okay, so you all get down into the little basement area, looking at the brass doors into the crypts. They're slightly ajar. How would you like to proceed?
Can I peek inside?
Yeah. How would you like to peek?
Kind of not as stealthily as I probably could, but kind of put my hand on the door and kind of peek around, not exposing my body, but my head for sure.
Okay, you can make a perception check.
Okay. And it's +3, 13.
13, okay. So you put your hand on the door and you peer in through the crack. It's very hard to see much of an angle in here, but you can tell that it enters into the crypts. There are shelves and rows of hexagonal boxes stacked together that contain ashes of very ancient dead people. Mm-hmm. You also notice with that roll, someone has rigged up a little catch on the bottom of the door, and if you pull it, it'll pull a rope taut. The rope follows along a hallway and then vanishes around a corner.
I'll turn back to the party. It seems like... Oh, no. It seems like there's another trap. Would any of you like to take a shot at disabling it?
I do not mind trying to stable it.
If there's no other volunteers, I will also assist.
So the Eidolon and Ashrin, you're heading up front to try and disable this trap?
Yes.
Okay. So let's have Ashrin roll a straight intelligence check.
Sure. Nope.
What? 52 will do it.
Yeah, it was 1 + 3, so 18.
18, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can figure out the mechanism. It's definitely like the rope's going to get pulled taut, and then when it vanishes around the corner, you're pretty sure it's going to drop something. So all you really need to do is have Eidolon carefully disarm the rope and like tie it down somewhere. Eidolon, please make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Hope that's good. It's fine.
You can do it at advantage since
All right.
Ashrin told you how to do it.
I know all about puzzles and tricks. You're welcome.
That's going to be a 19 at its best.
19, yeah. So you managed to very carefully snake your... do you have fingers?
I do. They're like tendrils. They're like tendrils of scrolls that can like become fingers.
Yeah. So you kind of snake your paper into the door crack, unravel the rope, and manage to tie it off towards like a nearby like candle holder, disarming the trap. The doors swing open to reveal a dark, cryptic hallway that snakes around the bottom of the temple.
How is this becoming very dark, or is it dimly lit, or?
It is darkness.
Okay.
Wait, so one of the people we're with is Douglas a human?
Douglas is an orc, and then Thomas is a human.
Thomas is human. Okay, well he can hold hands with someone. And I also can't see in the dark.
You can hold my hand as I can see up to 120 feet. So
you just do a conga line.
Would anyone object to me sneaking ahead?
If you can sneak ahead, by all means.
Can I come with you?
I would love that.
Okay. Oh, love. Good.
Okay. It's 18 plus 4, 22, baby.
22. Also make a stealth check, Glimmer.
Yeah, I'm just gotta find my bonus. It's also a 22.
Yes.
Not bad. So you let me. I think. Oh no, there's no human way that they can. They will not be able to spot you. Okay. You walk through the maze-like corridors of the crypt. You take a few like wrong turns and turn back around itself. Eventually you find, as if it was burrowed in from the other side of the wall, like a more natural looking cave tunnel that's kind of set inside this man-made structure. You can hear, coming from down the tunnel, the sound of small draconic voices chatting about how terrible the mushroom stew was last night and how they can't believe they let Terraclaw cook again.
So we don't have the body with us. That's what's Strigwardian. As we're going down the stairs, I'll very quietly say, actually, no, not ready yet. I will very quietly say to White Scales, like, okay, do we have a plan? Just you and me?
I hadn't gotten that far ahead yet. What do you think?
Well, I can get in there. If there's 3 of them, I can make 2 of them our friends.
Okay, I can take out one, for sure.
Well, if you act violently towards one of their friends, it may make it harder for us.
Would it be possible for you to cast the spell after I've taken one of them out?
It still makes it hard.
Alright. How do you want to play it then?
I mean, I can do the thing which I was talking about before. That can affect all of them. Or I'll just make them not cared about us. They'll let us go.
Alright.
Let's get us past these 3, I guess.
I will place my faith in your decision.
Okay, just if it doesn't work, be ready to,
Yes.
like make an axe swinging.
Do that thing you do.
Okay.
Very well.
So this is what the tunnel looks like.
That's what you can see from your current position. The voices are coming from around the bend.
Around the bend. Okay. I'm gonna like press myself up against the wall and like until I can get to a position where I can see all three of them.
Yep. With your stealth check, you're able to get to the corner, and then I'll draw what the room looks like.
Okay.
So you go ahead and move your guy.
Oh yeah.
So along this wall, there is a bell, giant bell. Looks like it was stolen from somewhere, and it's kind of like hanging up behind a set of wooden barricades like this. There are 3 kobolds that you can see. This guy and this guy and this guy, and they're kind of like leaning up against their spears, leaning up against the wall, chewing on like some mushrooms, and generally having like a very calm daytime guard duty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just a quick like ruling, spell text ruling I want you to make. Calm Emotions, which I'm about to cast, says I can make targets indifferent about creatures of my choice that they are hostile towards. Do I have to like make myself known and be like, hello, you're now hostile towards me before I like turn off the hostile mode? Or if they would see me, I already sort of preemptively know that they would be hostile towards me, and I can make them different towards me. Like, do I have to reveal myself or not before I cast a spell? Is basically my question.
No. What are the components of it though?
Verbal and somatic.
So when you're casting the verbal and somatic, I would say that you can't like sneak up on people with it. So they would be able to like roll initiative in response to you making your like gestures, and then you'd have to beat them on initiative in order to like preempt.
Okay. If I use sorcery points to quicken spell and make it a bonus action, would that help me?
Doing a subtle spell would, and I'd probably give you advantage on initiative, maybe.
If I do it quickened? Okay.
Yeah.
How much would I have to spend on it? It's 2, right? Yeah, and I only have 3. No, that's fine. Okay. I'll like focus myself, sort of deep breath, and then I'll very quickly like move my hands like this and like conjure a couple of orbs that spin together and become one, and then I sort of take it in one hand and just like toss it down the hallway, and it expands to encompass 20 feet, and as it touches each end, their heads sort of like start to glow with this little violet energy. They need a charisma save, each of them.
Oh, they're not good at that one.
Against 13.
So this is the guy by the bell?
All 3 of them. It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I'm doing it one at a time.
Oh, okay.
What?
Did you really do that?
Great.
Is this bugged?
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, they all pass. You gotta roll initiative.
Cool. How did you roll 4 16s? How did you do that?
The human brain is
Wait,
overwired to like notice patterns. Like Roll20 is really pulling that out of me.
Why did you roll 5 times?
Like,
I was seeing if it was a bug. If
okay.
like copy and pasting it would like give you the same rollover.
So that was what, a 16, a 16, and a 16? Those were the 30?
Those are legitimate rolls because
those odds are astronomical.
It's crazy. Okay, so this is their initiative. You have advantage in yours.
I cast it out, and they sort of they just look confused and not calm. I'm guessing, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll look back at Wyclef and be like, axe time.
Mm-hmm. Mine is a 12.
Yours is a 12? Okay, so I usually let players break ties with the monsters, so you'll go before them.
Okay, cool.
Mine is a 4.
With advantage?
Oh, shit, sorry. That's a 9.
Oh, great. Then we're good at this. you're at 12. You're at 12. And once we get through this initiative, I'll let you folks that are at the back door waiting for your scouts to come back and tell you what's going on. You'll hear the battle and be able to try and get towards them.
Are we not walking toward where we thought they were going? I didn't think we were staying behind. I thought they were just being far ahead of us.
I thought they were gonna scout and come back, and we were just chilling, but they obviously didn't come back. So.
Yeah. I'll be generous with the amount of turns it'll take you to get up there.
All right.
I'll just call it that. White Claw, it's your turn.
Yes.
White twin scales. God damn it.
The name change has to happen.
Shit. All right. I'm just thinking. I can do this 3 times. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna rage. Then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. Run in here.
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. Can do. Fuck!
Oh no. Glimmer, as you feel White Scales get pumped up and charge forward, he runs and leaps forward and falls into a pit that was covered with like a netting.
This is going excellent, everybody.
How deep is the pit?
10 feet.
Fuck.
You take 5 piercing damage as you feel like a few spikes that were in the bottom of the pit stick into your thigh at the bottom.
Cool. It's piercing, right?
Yep.
Since I'm raging, I take half of that damage.
Okay.
So it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I love that White Claw's like, all right, I'm going into a rage now, and then runs and
it.
falls down the hole.
Yeah, White Scales, not White Claw.
Did I call him White Claw also?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to do this now.
I almost did before the second stream, and then I was like, no, get it right.
Okay, new game. Every time you call
an NPC named Airclaw, and now
Yeah.
new game. Every time you call him White Claw, you have to drink an entire White Claw. Let's.
This stream brought to you by Tavern of Tales. Please, are you doing anything else on your turn?
Would a breath attack be able to hit them?
10 feet up. How long is your breath attack?
15 feet.
Yeah, I should be able to get the 2 that are next to you.
All right, so these the 2 on either side of that.
Yep.
Okay, I will do that then.
Okay. Let's hope that your is it a dex save?
Yeah, it's a DC 12.
A D12, huh?
DC 12.
DC 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the guy next to the bell, right here. Oh my God, they roll nothing but 16s, dude. They take half.
Yeah. Yeah, half of that.
Okay, let me see.
It's cold damage.
So I usually don't roll for monsters' HP. I just do the average, but this one is very close, so that you might be able to kill one. So this is the guy by the bell. You kill him.
Nice.
This guy is fine though.
Okay.
So what kind is your breath?
It's cold.
Cold. So he is reaching towards the bell with a mallet, and he's about to raise his hand up and smack it against the bell, and his arm kind of freezes and falls off, and then he falls down to the ground dead. Anything else on your turn?
No, but I do have a question. Does that count as a roar as well? or would that like
What's a roar?
So specifically like when I've had this come up before when I played Dragonborn, so it's just a ruling question. But whenever I use that, can I do that stealthily, or do I have to like make a lot of noise while I do that as well?
No, it's just fire breath. It doesn't say that it has any noise associated with it.
All right, thank you. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. This one's going to step forward and try to get you with his spear.
Can he reach that spear 10 feet down?
Oh, he
I guess
can.
towards his head. He could throw it.
Yeah, he can. He will try to throw the spear. Assuming that's not going to hit.
Nope.
This one's going to rush forward and try to pry the mallet from this guy's fingers that are frozen over and rear up to try to hit the bell. Glimmer, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to like form a little shard of ice in between my fingers and like turn it into like a little throwable little, and I'm casting Ice Knife at the back one so that it'll get, if the explosion will get both of them.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to roll attack, and then I have to roll a saving throw.
Yes.
Dex save.
Hold on. Just gotta find my spell attack bonus, which is a 5, I think. Yes. Oh wow, these guys are rolling incredibly good.
Oh, I rolled a 5 before the 21.
Oh, that's an 18 to hit the back one.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then that does 1d10 damage to him. That's 5 to the guy who gets hit with the shard, and then it explodes and does... it's not saved for half. So if you fail to save, you take 2d6. If you succeeded, then you don't take.
Yeah, I did it left to right, so this guy failed his save.
Okay.
This guy passed his.
7 for the explosion.
You lob an ice knife over the pit. It lands right between the eyes of the one in the back, and he stumbles over onto the ground dead. Then the crystal explodes, and white scales use a bunch of like blue magic kind of burst up above your head, and then the kobold teeters over the side of the pit and lands in the spikes. You can see its back is covered in like giant spiky ice crystals.
I'm gonna like hustle up to where White Scales fell into the pit, muttering to myself like, "Okay, still got it. I'll look at him. Does it look like he can climb out, or will he need my help?
He's a capable lad. He can probably do it.
I'm fine.
I'll ask like, "Are you okay?"
I'll be fine. Do you need a hand getting over?
Yeah. Can you like catch me in your strong arms?
I can certainly try.
You should climb up first.
All right. I will. It's gonna be athletics.
Yep.
11.
11 does it as you scrabble up the top, and you want to end up here, right?
Yep.
The rest of the crew, you hear sounds of combat and things coming from inside the crypt. You rush forward in time to see White Scales climbing out of the pit and towards a bunch of dead kobold bodies. Glimmer is stuck on the other end of the pit trap.
I'm like gonna take a 5-foot step back and just try to run across and like be grabbed by the strong arms of White Scales.
Okay, you can make an athletics check with advantage.
Okay. This is plus 0, so that's an 11.
11, that'll do it. You managed to get over to the side. People that just arrived, any comments on the scene?
I definitely would like to go forward and ask, well, what happened?
Well, I tried the diplomatic spell, and it wouldn't take, so we did the different one. We did the other route. The pit opened up, though White Scales fell into it, but he was...
Sir Gwydion will take a look at Tearclaw, who is still bound in his hand and unconscious, and just drop him on the ground. There was no point in having this around anymore.
Hold on, there might be more though. You just here, toss that little sack across the pit. Don't get it in the pit, or he'll die.
Whoa! 1 moment.
Don't slam dunk the kobold into the spike pit. Whatever you do, definitely do not do that.
Just volleyball spike him in.
Definitely don't throw him to White Scales so that White Scales can alley-oop him into the spike pit. Like a basketball player.
Please don't spike the unconscious kobold into the pit. Jake, I have a question about the zone we're in. This is like masoned stone. It's not like a natural cave, right?
The area that you are in is like burrowed through stone. The place up here emerges into the crypt.
Okay. Is there anything on the room that we could just like tie a rope onto and then like make like a little like zip line or swing or something to just get everyone across very quickly? Anything that sticks out?
Yeah, you can do it. Like the bell is kind of like nailed into the wall with like a python, and you can probably tie off 2 ends somewhere.
Cool.
I am definitely going to say to White Scales and Glimmer, go ahead and throw the bodies of the kobolds into the pit.
Yes, the dead ones, not the unconscious.
Not the unconscious one, the dead ones.
Yeah.
We can make it seem like it was an accident.
Sure, yes.
While doing that, I would...
There's blood on the floor.
Good lord, is one of them frozen?
There are many, they all are kind of a little frozen.
Can I try to throw their bodies over the like 10-foot space that like towards the center of the pit, to try to like prevent the others from taking damage if they don't make the...
Oh, so they land on a kobold cushion.
Yeah, exactly.
Ashrin's already like directing White Scales to like tie off a rope so that you can shimmy across easier.
Yeah,
so it's going to be there's going to be no more checks to get over the pit.
Okay, cool.
Still, throw them in the pit.
So all the kobolds are in the pit,
except for Tearclaw.
I'm just going to put these guys here because there's not like a whole lot of room. But you find yourselves in like a kobold garrison. This is like a checkpoint. It probably leads into like a larger hive. A narrow hallway built for a kobold, so it's only like a 5-foot cube. You'll have to like get down and crawl through. Leads to a little domed area on this side with a hole that plunges straight down into the darkness. There is a ladder kind of nailed into the side of the wall.
Does the ladder look like it'll hold people of medium size or heavier?
Does the ladder look like it'll hold a giant dragon man?
Does it look like... yeah, we're see where we're going with this.
I get it. You're worried about your safety as you climb down the ladder. Roll an investigation check, Gwydion.
Oh, yes, I'm so glad. Please, let me be the one to do this.
Oh, great.
No.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
No, it is not good for medium creatures to go down on their own. You'd probably want to tie off like a rope, because after about 2 or 3 people head down it, you're pretty sure that the ladder's going to fail.
Yes. I'm so tempted to have one of you guys go down on this already, but unfortunately the ladder doesn't seem like it can hold up the weight of, a tin can and a giant dragonborn. And my wonderful physique as well.
Can we see the bottom from the edge? Or is it like more than 60 feet?
It is more than 60 feet.
Love that. Well, we do have rope. I assume you're all carrying your standard singing crows issue, about 30 feet per person. That would lead us about 150 feet or less, and we could rappel down.
Wait,
I've
do we
got
have
about
that?
40 left because I tied
We
up
each have 30. We each have 30 feet.
That's in your explorer's backpack that we all
Cool.
got.
Nice.
Or the-
I gotta take that down.
Nico, have you played Dungeons and Dragons before?
Hey, listen, Jack. How do I get a inventory?
Jake.
Yep.
Are there any like loose rocks around?
Oh, plenty. Yeah.
Can I take one and drop it down the hole?
You can.
Hold on. That might announce us.
Or it could just be a regular rock falling that comes from shoddy
Okay.
cave work.
You know, fair.
I wanna take it and drop it and kind of listen to see how long it takes to hit the ground.
Make a survival check.
Okay. 9 plus. That's a 10.
10. You hear the stone bounce off the wall a few times as it falls down to the ground. You count it off like you would for like a lightning strike, and you predict that the tunnel's probably like 120 feet down.
Oh my god.
That's a lot farther down than I thought it would be. Any other ideas? I don't have any rope on me.
No, I have like 40 feet of rope. How much
Hold on,
do you
Jake.
have?
We each got an explorer's pack with all the rope that's in that.
Oh.
Is this correct?
An explorer's pack
Okay.
comes with 30 feet of rope.
Hold on, I have 50 feet of rope. I
I can
lied.
tie the knots together.
Just make a human
so,
chain.
Yeah. Y'all seen Us? You heard about this flick? Ashton's gonna be like, hold on. Does everyone have rope? Let me see. And if you have rope, I would like to do a sleight of hand or maybe intelligence. I've read some books about knots to try to make like a long rope and like a harness that we can use to rappel some of us down. Probably not all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone's gonna have to stay up there and like feed the rope.
Roll. You can roll
Is
some.
there some-
Tie it to the bell.
Yeah, is there somewhere to tie off the rope where it would
Yeah,
be?
like we can still tie to the bell, I'm assuming, because that supported our weight before.
Yeah, and it
But,
goes
like,
around the corner.
Yeah.
10, 15.
And Gwydion, you peg the ladder as like only partly dangerous. You think it could support like 2 or 3 people.
Okay.
That's a 6.
A 6 to make your
To make
harness?
a cool rope device? Yeah, I don't even know how confident Ashton feels about this one.
Yeah, you've got it. You've create enough rope. You think you've got a pretty good system in place. You fail to like create any sort of like system if someone falls to like slow their fall, so they'll fall to the bottom and get jolted by the rope. But you don't notice that detail yet.
That's fine. Well, I suppose I could go first if no one else is willing to volunteer.
I will certainly go first. I don't mind a little bit of excitement and danger.
Okay. I'll strap him in.
I'm still going to be holding on to the ladder for support as we go down.
Well, like, and then if you fall, the rope's there.
Yeah, I'm gonna, since I am once again a short king, I am gonna rely mostly on the ladder, and I'll keep like one hand on the rope in case I need to grab it if the ladder breaks.
Okay.
So
Okay. So you're just going down the ladder?
I will be going down the ladder while holding the rope.
Okay. So you do not need to make a check. You feel the weight groaning as you descend down the ladder. You feel like a few rungs are coming loose, but you travel the 120 feet down into the bottom and end up in a tunnel that stretches north towards what you predict to be like a wider opening of a cave.
All right. I am going to give a slight tug of the rope just to let people know that I have made it down successfully, and then I'm going to move right over here.
Okay.
Maybe here.
Okay,
Who would
who's
like to
next?
go next? I can. All right, I'll swing down the rope.
Are you going, Gwydion?
Yes. So
Okay.
Gwydion will go down the rope next, and
You manage to get down. A few of the rungs break underneath your feet, but you manage to keep your balance steady as you do. The ladder isn't totally failed yet, but it's very much on the brink. And you're down at the bottom.
Yeah.
I wanna lean over to Glimmer really quick, and just kind of whisper, I just want you to know that I'm not a fan of heights.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind. I understand.
Just close your eyes. Don't worry about it.
Do you need something? Is there anything I could do to help?
I'd rather not go down there, but that's not really an option now. I'll go last.
Okay.
Well, seeing as the ladder is deteriorating with each person who climbs down, are you sure about that, Whiteskins? Maybe it'd be ideal if you went now. And then you've got friends above and below. How does that make you feel?
I would feel better, knowing that everyone else is down there first. I'm confident in my ability to climb. It's just, it's not gonna go well. I'll be fine.
Jake, about how long did it take each person to climb down before?
Like 30 seconds each.
Okay. I want to cast Friends on White Scales.
Okay.
So a little.
Do you want to fail your save voluntarily?
Yeah, I'll voluntarily fail a save.
Okay.
Cool. And Ashton's gonna look at you and be like, "Listen, I believe in you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you go down there now, I think it'll be the best possible outcome for you.
It is
Safest
a good
thing?
idea.
And I would love to make. I don't know if you want me to make a persuasion check or not, but I can.
No, that's
You
totally
trust me?
fine. I trust you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
Okay. I guess I'll go now then.
Yep.
White Scales, you get 6 seconds down the ladder, and
Oh God.
the feeling of calm
It's
assurance.
a minute, Jake. It's a minute.
It lasts a minute?
It lasts a minute.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it does actually.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Let me see.
Yes, it does. It's concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh,
That's why I asked.
okay.
The world.
Yep. You continue down the ladder. More of the rungs pop off. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
oh no.
That's a 12.
12 just makes it. As you fall down a few rungs, you manage to catch on to another rung, bringing yourself down a little bit lower. You predict another fall of the same sort and grab onto both ends of the ladder and slide down a little bit more. You manage to prevent yourself from falling off.
In all fairness, I would have absolutely yelped after the first one.
Yeah, that's
Can
fine.
you give us a little sample of that, please?
Yeah. I want.
Okay, I'm satisfied with that.
Can I hear that again with a bit more fear?
There you go.
Missing these classic
that
Jason
take?
yells.
As you dust yourself off at the bottom of the tunnel, Eidolon, and probably just Eidolon because he's got dark vision, right?
Yep, dark vision.
Okay.
I also have dark vision,
Oh, you do.
Oh, right.
but I'm
Oh.
really not observant, so I probably wouldn't catch it.
You catch it. You see a kobold walks across the hallway on his way to do kobold business. He rolls a 6. Do you want to try to make a stealth check?
I will certainly make a stealth check for sure.
I need everyone down in this bottom room to make a stealth check.
Oh. I don't know if I want to.
You got a plus to it, don't you? White scales?
Yeah, it's a 9.
You all hold your breath as you watch this kobold walk from one hallway to the other. He fails to look down the hallway towards you and continues on his way. Who's going next down the ladder?
I'll go.
I'll kind of look at Glimmer, and then I'll look at Douglas and Remus and be like, I don't know how many more people the ladder is going to take.
Well, we have the rope, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but we need people to lower other people the rope unless one of us can climb down 120 feet without stopping.
I thought we anchored the rope.
Yes, but you would still... The rope stops right above the ground. So, like, I'm gonna follow my accent. Like, if you just, like, hold onto the rope and, like, jump down, you'll die. If there's no ladder.
How long is the rope?
I assumed it was, like, 10 feet above the ground.
Yeah, it's like 110 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to the end of it, I fall 10 feet.
Well, if you can climb down, if you have the athletics, but that's a very hard
it's
thing
gonna
to
snap
do.
your spine like Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man.
Good one.
Logicals.
Not if I beat my save.
What's the deal? So we can take the rope, but it doesn't take us all the way down to the ground. And we
No, that's not.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's to save you from dying if the ladder breaks, or you can choose to, like, climb it all the way down if you think you're strong enough. And then it's also a way to hypothetically climb out.
Ashrin's asking if people will help, like, lower them down through rope.
Yeah, or, like, if we're gonna send everyone down, or if Douglas and Remus wanna... No, I'm sorry. Thomas and Douglas.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so anxious to meet your wonderful brother, Remus. I'm so sorry. Apologies. It's half-assed from her.
Yeah, Douglas kind of flexes his muscles and says, I'll try climbing down by myself.
Okay, so you should maybe go last then. I've got a trick up my sleeve in case the ladder breaks, but I would prefer...
You're just going to get lowered down because the ladder is not usable anymore.
Oh, it's gone now?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, hoist me, please. Unless you want to go first, Glimmer?
Well, you have a trick. Can you use that trick on somebody who's coming down who falls after you go down?
I suppose I could.
I think you should go then.
Okay.
You use it yourself, and then if you don't...
Joker's trick.
Joker's trick.
Can I stand in a place to attempt to, like, catch anyone if they do fall?
You can try.
Okay.
And we can incur 12d6 damage together. Okay. I want to strap myself into the rope and just be like, let's go.
So Douglas props his legs against the both sides of the tunnels and starts to feed the rope down, his bulging biceps rippling under the strain. He gets down to the bottom, no problem. Looking at the ladder, it's totally toast.
Okay, I'll go next, and then Douglas, and then there'll be Thomas, right? His name is Thomas, and then Douglas is climbing the wall by himself, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
So Glimmer, you get down, no problem as well. Let's see what Thomas does. Oof. Thomas begins to fall a little bit towards the end and takes some strain from the rope snapping. Way better than falling all the way. He's not looking too good. He's kind of rubbing his back a little bit as he dismounts the rope. And then Remus begins to climb down as well. That's not Remus, that's Douglas.
White Claw and Remus go down the hallway.
And you're all there at the bottom of the tunnel. No one fell to their death. Good job.
Woo. I'd love to talk to White Skills for a second and just be like, sorry about that. I figured that was the fastest way to get us down here, and seeing as how things have already gone a little bit sour, I hope you don't take it personally.
White Scales, you are hostile towards Ashrin. It says in
Oh yeah, that is the text of the French spell. Is that you are now hostile.
Well, it says that you can take out your revenge in other ways. You just know that I cast a spell on you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes you use magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile towards you. So, but prone to violence
But
may
it's a
attack
poorly
me.
written spell. That's what I've always thought.
Another creature may seek retribution in other ways. Up to you.
You're going to get your hand filled with shaving cream at camp the next night, and he's going to tickle your nose with a feather.
I look up at the hole and then just kind of give you the, like, the eyes. Kind of squint at you.
White Scales, do you not want us to use tricks like that on you when you get nervous?
I'd rather my consent be used first, but that's
Okay,
fine.
that's good to know.
Well, then the trick wouldn't have worked.
Is that true? How does magic work?
No, Ashford, sometimes if you use a spell to calm somebody, you can perform them beforehand and they can accept the dampening on their mind. Some of them work like this.
This has never occurred to Ashram before.
How would you guys like to proceed?
Recklessly, without a bend.
No. I will. I'm going. Oh, yeah.
No, I was gonna say that I can try to sneak ahead again, but it's up to what you guys want to do.
I think we should stay as a group this time.
Yeah.
Considering my big butt is in the hallway, I don't mind sneaking up to here and see if I can peek around the corners.
You certainly can. You peek around this corner, and you can see that the hallway stretches back down and then loops around in a similar corner to the one that you are currently in.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking down this hallway, you're noticing that there's like little holes about the size of a spear along the wall that you think it would be really bad if you had alerted anyone to hear, because they would have had everyone poking you at spears from the other side of the wall.
Damn, that sounds like a tricky trap and hazard. I'm so glad we avoided it.
Kobold's trick.
And now the other wall.
Fucker's trick.
Same thing. It kind of like loops.
Oh god.
Actually, this one we'll say goes to a dead end.
Oh,
But
okay.
the same like spear, same spear holes in that side.
All right. I will motion everyone with the universal language of "come down this way," and then with my finger to my helm saying, "But be quiet."
Okay.
Oh boy, yeah, I'll follow.
I'll get up there.
I will attempt to stealth.
Okay, you don't need to roll stealth checks. There's no one in these hallways anymore after that one guy came and went. It loops like this, going slightly downhill until it opens up into a larger cave system. So we're gonna actually...
Didn't the guy walk down this hallway?
Yeah,
He
but
turned around.
he turned around and went back.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we can basically get through this entire hallway until about here safely.
Yeah, and then it opens up into a larger cavern.
All right.
So why don't you just go ahead and put your marching order starting from here and going down, and I'll draw what the cave looks like.
All right.
Do you want us to roll stealth check, or are we just...
No, you don't need to. Okay. Not until you start approaching the cave. So the cavern opens up into a large natural cavern, and you can hear the sound of water coming from within. That's about all you can detect from your current position.
All right. I will move stealthily up to the entrance of the mouth.
Okay, you can make the stealth check.
All right. That is going to be... $10.
And let's just give them one of these. Okay.
So you do get to see the interior of the cavern. You can see a river flowing through the middle of the cavern with some crude wooden bridges that cross it. Blue for water. That. You see a bridge. Let me select a color. Roll 20. You see
Roll 20, please.
Roll 20, please. You see bridges crossing the water on either side. Here you can see like a recess in the ground with like some crude fencing around it. You can't actually see what's inside of there. And then on either side of the cavern, there are little offshoots that go into rooms that you can't quite see. There's one down there, one up here, and then this area.
It's totally dark down here, right?
Yeah, but Eidolon can see everything.
Oh yeah, because
I can see everything.
I see it all.
There are some stairs leading up to like a precipice about 20 feet overlooking the cave, which you can see like a kind of crude altar and a man in a headdress, not a man, a kobold man, in a headdress, kind of attending to a ritual there. Behind him are a set of crude wooden doors with the same painting that you saw on the temple above, flanked by 2 torches, so you can see this area quite clearly. The entire rest of the cavern is filled with kobolds. They are heading to and fro, walking from one tunnel to the next. They are a mixture between people carrying weapons and people leading like kobold children and other things through various tunnels. So it's a mixture of like just civilians and like fighters.
All right. May I take an action?
You have been spotted, so it depends on what the action is.
Walking a lot of kobolds.
Switching from I can't remember if it's ever a bonus action or if it's an action to switch my packed weapon out.
Don't. Oh, do you have improved back weapon?
No, I can switch to any packed weapon I want. I am currently holding a halberd. I'd like to switch over to it becoming a heavy crossbow.
I think you can only make it a melee weapon by the base rules.
Yeah, until you get improved pack weapon. But we're about to take a break.
Which I do have.
Oh, okay.
It's an invocation, right?
Yep.
Anyway, so I'll check the ruling on that because we're about to head into a break, and then I'll let you know if you can do it.
Sure.
But this kobold is going to see you peering through. He probably sees the glimmer of your light through your helmet and calls out loudly to the entire cave, his tiny voice echoing off of the off of the walls in Draconic, which you don't understand, but White Scales, you understand him to be yelling, "Intruder!"
Cool. Nice.
So that's a good place to leave off for a 15-minute break. We'll be resuming back here at 7:45 or 7. We'll just call it 7:40 because it's 2:25 now. So go to the bathroom. Why did we charge you for the full seat when you're only using the edge? You're released now. You may go and take care of your biological functions, and we'll meet you back here at 7:40. Welcome back, everybody. Last we left off, our group of adventurers were delving into a kobold hive deep beneath the Temple of Aeronoth, north of St. Gertrude. After failed negotiations with a green kobold named Tearclaw, the group decided to forge their own way down, killing 3 kobolds in the process, falling into pit traps, and navigating a deadly 120-foot drop with much skill. We join them as they are being spotted entering into the main chamber of the Kobold Hive. Eidolon stepped forward to try and investigate the scene, but alerted one of the passing patrol kobolds, and that's where we'll begin. So let's switch over to the map and roll initiative.
All right.
What's your total white skill?
Sorry, I've yet to run. I roll for it. 6. While that's happening, I want to turn to Glimmer and Ashrin, who are next to me. Are we doing this? Are we killing them, or are we going to try to knock them out?
I mean, preferably not, except for the man-eating machine, right? I mean,
I just wanted to be clear.
I don't think they're going to greet us as liberators, but I feel like the less bloodshed, the better things will go.
Okay, very well then.
Let's go for the shaman.
Hello, Mr. Roboto. How you doing?
That is you.
That's who. Oh no, he's been hit by the curse of auto-tune.
Nico's been slowed.
Oh no!
I'm closing everything else on my computer, so that nothing else is interfering with this.
I put your initiatives in. It's Ashrin, then Eidolon, and then some of my turns. First on the starting block, you're starting down here. That's like where the entrance is, right behind Eidolon, and you can be like right up behind him if you'd like. What you want to finish up that conversation, given Nico's mic?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, just go for the shaman.
Yes, that's probably the best plan for you, White Scales.
Very well.
We need to find the construct as well. That might also be something that we'll be facing.
I feel that will come for us sooner rather than later.
Well, I can handle it.
Very well.
Well, I've heard the shout in Draconic, and I don't know what it means, but Ashrin still starts hustling, and it's gonna just suddenly try to move and get up with the gang and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, they know that we're here, by the way.
3, 4, 5. That's encouraging. Here, and
yep.
Can I? No, I guess I can't see across. I can only see 60 feet, so I'm gonna cast Blur on myself.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you can see Ashrin, now it kind of looks like there's a couple of different Ashrins kind of flickering back and forth. And just wait, now on my turn.
Eidolon, it's your turn.
Seeing that the shaman has stepped off his pedestal and is a little bit closer, Eidolon moves forward and yells to Ashrin, "We are in this together," and also casts Blur on himself as well and starts vibrating violently so that you can't tell where he is quite exactly.
Great. A bunch of blurry boys at the mouth of the cave. Anything else on your turn, Eidolon?
I'm just gonna move a little bit further to let people behind me in. That's
okay.
it.
It is the shaman's turn, and he starts to call out orders to his people in Draconic telling the people in front to create a spear line and the people in back to make a slinging line. And then he begins to weave magics around himself, and from the altar summons forth a giant glowing sphere of flame, which we'll use a fire elemental to represent. And that can move 30 feet. So it's going to come over here and start to roll over the bridge on his turn. Then it's the kobold's turn. They are going to scamper and try to get into formation. Like this. And these 6 in the back are going to try to sling at Ashrin and Eidolon respectively, while these ones are going to charge ahead. They can get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one's going to dash forward and scamper so that she's in your zone. This one can get there like that. Okay. So the group of 3 at the top are making 3 slinging attacks at disadvantage towards Ashrin, right? It's at disadvantage?
Yes.
When you are me.
Sorry, it's disadvantage, yeah.
Okay. Let me just... Okay. Copy. These 16s, dude. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That's a 11 to hit.
Yes.
What, an 11 hits you?
I'm wizard. What do you want from me?
Mage armor?
No, that's what Blur is for.
So you get hit by all of these attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah.
So
And these are all from the ones on top, right?
those are from the 3 that are like by that pit.
Okay.
So you take 12 bludgeoning damage as you get pelted by rocks.
Love that.
Eidolon, you're going to get some of the same.
All right.
That's a 5 to hit you.
No.
That's a 5 to hit you.
No.
That's a 6 to hit you.
No.
Oh wow, who would have
Yeah.
guessed? And then the 2 in the front are also going to make spear attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just like this. This one's to Ashrin. Oh boy.
At disadvantage?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. So I'm just gonna re-roll the whole thing. That's at disadvantage. That's a 10 to hit.
That's an AC.
That's your AC.
Like I said, he's actually gonna have to re-roll that 20. I'm gonna do
you have your trick. You have Ashrin's
I have
trick.
Joker's trick. As Ashrin gets stabbed, you see her reach for her arcane focus and fiddle with it, and he's gonna roll that d20. You roll that.
That's a 6.
That one doesn't hit.
Okay.
Love it.
You're fine.
Punch.
And then this one, take this, please. That's a 19 to hit.
19 hit?
Yeah, the 19 does hit.
No, that's to Eidolon.
Yes, the 19
nice.
does hit.
You take 6 points of piercing damage as the spear lodges into you.
Okay.
Gwydion, it's your turn.
Excellent, excellent. I would like to brandish my lance and then charge at the closest kobold to Ashrin and spear it through. I'm going to be 10 feet away from him, so I think I probably would get a thing on me, huh? Like I'll have to go right there. Is that 5 feet away, or would I have to be...
That's 5 feet.
That's 5.
Diagonal is very strange with lances.
No, I don't do that. Diagonals are adjacent too.
Adjacent, okay.
I don't have time
That's
for
annoying.
that. You don't need to be 10 feet.
So actually, that's what I'll do is I'm actually going to swing past Oh no, I'm still adjacent to him. All right, yeah, I'll swing at that fucker. Oh no, does 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit.
It just whiffs, kind of like right through. And
Yeah, anything else, Gwydion?
Gwydion's very frustrated, but no, that'll be my turn.
Okay, it is your friends, the Dark Sun's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he's going to action dash to cut off this guy. Prevent him from getting close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy will action dash to kind of interpose himself between him and this kobold. They don't have enough actions to do anything else with their turn. White Scale, it's your turn.
Okay. I want to move up to here, and I want to grab the kobold that's in front of Ashrin by the leg.
You want to grapple him?
Yeah.
Well, your athletics check. Wow.
Yeah,
Plus 2 to strength? Oh, no, it's acrobatics.
Oh, no. Yeah.
It doesn't, even with my incredible bonus, it does not help. So that's not going to work. That will be the end of my turn.
Nothing on a bonus action?
Nothing that I can really do that will help right now.
Glimmer, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to move... Oh, I can move through where allies are, right?
Yep.
And I can't end my turn with it. Okay, I'll move up here then. That's good, right? I got 30 feet?
Yep.
Okay. Let me measure this. Yes, just what I needed. Okay. I'm going to pull out another ice knife, and I'm going to throw it at the line of slingers back there.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit, and they both fail their saving throws.
Okay. I think the one who got hit with the spike also makes a throw.
Yeah, they're within 5 feet of themselves.
Yeah.
13?
That's my AC.
Yeah, so that'll...
That's two on the knife. And
Okay.
That's 6 on the ice that explodes.
So the this guy saves against the explosion, so he doesn't take any additional damage. He kind of catches it in his gut, and then when it explodes, it completely tears to shreds the 2 ones that are next to him.
Nice.
Anything else on your turn, Glimmer?
No.
Okay. Ashrin, it's your turn again.
Right.
Before Ashrin goes, concentration check for Blur.
Yeah.
Oh, you took 3
I got
hits.
hit a lot. Now that I think
You
about
took
it.
3 hits of 4, so you just need to pass the save 3 times.
Okay.
Thank you for. I forgot that Blur was concentration. No, Blur isn't. Oh no, mirror image is.
Blur's
not.
concentration.
Mirror
yes.
image is not. That's right.
Yeah, and it's a +2 for all of these.
Yep.
So.
Pass.
Yep.
You're just looking for above 10. Pass.
That's an 11.
Pass.
That's an 11.
So you're blurry.
My blur is different from Eidolon's blur. It's me from different timelines.
Are we bringing back your Kobold character now?
I'm just like, I love to be annoying, and I'm trying not to be that kind of annoying. But
Boy, Knackle would be great here.
Knackle would be leading them. Okay. I'm gonna take a step back and cast False Life.
Okay.
That's
you're gonna
1d4
get
plus-
an opportunity attack. So you do.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a 20 to hit.
He should be rolling with disadvantage.
That is.
And that is disadvantage.
It is
Yeah,
disadvantage.
Yeah, he can hit me, that's fine.
Oh, Kenny. Thank you.
Some of us control time.
4 damage.
Cool.
You're not unconscious, are you? Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. And I am up to, yeah. So that's 1d4 plus 4. Cool. So I got stabbed by a spear, take a couple steps back, and do some somatic gestures, and the hole knits itself back up together with this dark-looking energy. And my turn.
Eidolon, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna have to make the roll for concentration. So that's 1d20 plus my Constitution saving throw.
Just your mod.
Yep. I think you only got hit.
No, it is his name, I think. So.
Yeah.
I have high concentration. Screw it. Yeah, no, I lose concentration of blur.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks. So either way, Eidolon is not very happy at this point. And he's going to make the halberd attack at the kobold in front of him.
Okay.
And it's deadly. So that is going to be a packed weapon attack. Oh no, that was the
Gwydion, you're up after me.
That's
Oh,
going to be a 25 to hit.
that'll hit.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that. Good hit.
Oops, that's not a 20. I messed that up. Nine slashing damage.
You cleave him in half with one stroke.
Good. And I move forward, coming after the shaman very angrily.
Move to where you're gonna be.
How deep is the river?
It's you can't see. It's like a fast-moving river. So
Okay, so it's not like a stream. It's like a thing.
yeah.
Let me see if I can 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. All right, there.
You're gonna go there. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good idea. It is the shaman's turn. He's going to move his flaming sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chasing after Eidolon. And he's going to step forward and look at Eidolon and see if he can reach him. Maybe not. He's going to need to come down a little further. So on his turn, he's going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he should be able to get you. He starts to weave like a fiery energy between his fingers again, and you can feel the armor that you are currently composed of beginning to heat up.
Oh no.
Can you?
How does heat metal work if you're made of metal?
Toasty.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's
That's
not
easy.
good.
That's easy. What are you talking about? I got Constitution for days. Depends on if the dice screw me over. That's a 13.
13 passes. So you take. Okay, so you just take this. Enjoy it.
All right. Wait, 13 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That just happens automatically on the save. The Constitution saving throw. Was to see if you would drop the object.
Yeah, can he drop his own flesh and blood?
Yeah.
We'll probably no. See, he would cast it on your halberd, let's say.
Okay. Yeah.
So you manage to hold on to your halberd, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until his next turn.
But I made the save. I don't drop the object, do I?
You don't drop
no.
the object.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was just to not drop it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It is the Slinger's turn. This one is going to step forward and try to sling the one engaged with your friend Douglas. And he does it with aplomb.
Why is he rolling twice?
Because he got pack tactics.
Oh, yeah.
These three are going to attack Remus at advantage. 3 slings. 15 will hit. Oops. $19 will hit. 17 will hit. Okay, so Remus already pretty damaged. Takes 3 rocks right to the dome and takes 18 points of damage. He's barely on his feet. The kobold next to him is going to stab him. 17 for another 1d6 plus 2, 3. Come on, baby, you can do it. He's absorbing the attacks for you, so that's good at least. And then that one actually doesn't hit. So that's those kobolds' turn. This kobold is going to attack that guy, and it's not going to do anything. It is Gwydion's turn.
Yes. This is quite a conundrum. Now it's Thomas or Douglas that is almost down.
This is Douglas.
Okay.
This is Thomas.
Yes, that's not gonna work. Seeing that I whiffed with my lance last time, I'll kind of put that aside and draw my long sword instead, and whack the kobold that is currently trying to kill him right now.
This one here.
The one closest to me that I am.
Oh, well, that's a critical hit. Why don't you?
Oh!
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So my crit then is. How does that work again? Is it like 6 plus 2?
It's your damage die twice plus your damage mod. So it'd be 2d8.
Oh, this one I'm doing two-handed. So
2d10.
1d10.
Yeah. There's no way he survives this, so he cleaves in 2. If you want to roll it for the catharsis.
Sure. Where's the button? Ah! 2d10.
And is this lethal or non-lethal?
It's gonna be 20 damage.
Is this lethal or non-lethal?
Can you do your 14 damage to a kobold?
It's lethal. It's lethal.
You cleanly lop off his head and he slumps to the ground.
Yes. And since that is taken care of, I'm going to run 30 feet towards the closest bridge. Oh.
I would like to yell out, I thought we weren't killing them!
As Gwydion is running, 15, 20, 25, 30, right about there. As Gwydion is running, he'll yell back to White Scales and be like, "You made that decision for us at the beginning with those 3 guards."
I should put a look over at Glimmer and then back at Ashrin.
That'll be my turn, thank you.
If you look at me, White Scales, I will just shrug. Just move.
Wouldn't you know, Douglas clobbers the kobold with a critical hit, wasting my nat 20s for your benefit.
Our health potion went towards something.
Yes. Mr. Thomas, who's kind of light on his feet, is also going to hit this guy to see if he can kill him. Doesn't need to roll very high. Yep, that'll do it. Clears up that side of the bank. These guys are both doing lethal damage. He'll move up here, and Douglas will move alongside Gwydion, kind of like keeping an eye on that flaming sphere. This guy will come up towards Eidolon, hopefully to draw some fire from the slingers. And it is Whitescale's turn.
Yes. Okay.
Tackle the flaming ball of fire.
Yeah, just go straight for it.
Grapple it.
Let me see. Okay. Either of the bodies that are next to me, which one is more intact?
One was decapitated.
Oh, that's what I
Okay.
Yeah, all the bodies in front of you are dead.
Yeah, which one is more intact?
This one.
Okay. I'd like to pick this one up by the leg.
Okay.
And then keep moving.
Dragging him like a wet blanket.
It's more like holding him up, like kind of like leg folded over the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yeah, not great.
So you're like, I thought we weren't killing them, but you're gonna fling their corpses around to do environmental effects.
Well, it's more like I'm not gonna kill them with my axe.
Okay.
And then I'll move up, and that's where I will stay.
Okay, anything else on your turn, Whitescale?
That will end. Can I let out a deep guttural roar with the intent of intimidation?
Yeah,
I would love to assist with that. I was intending to do that as a bonus action, but then I forgot.
Yeah.
Can we just be beefy bros over here intimidating?
Since you didn't take an action, you can try to make an intimidation check.
Ooh.
That's not gonna work.
No, especially not with Scorn still alive.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
That will end it.
Glimmer, you're up. Ashrin, you're on deck. Eidolon,
Okay.
you're in the hole.
Yay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I'm going to... Yes, just within range. I'm going to put my hand forward and form another one of those shards of ice, and then I'll put my other hand on it and crack it into 2 shards of ice. I'm throwing one far back at the shaman. I'm throwing one at the slingers right in front of me.
Okay.
So I'll roll for the shaman first, actually, yeah.
So these are the 2 ones. You choose the middle one. He passes his saving throw, so he's just going to take 1d10. These guys are both going to fail.
Ooh, that's a not one to hit the shaman.
Oh no. That's not gonna hit.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Okay, well it still explodes, so...
Yeah, so he gets to make his saving throw? The
The
shaman?
shaman? Yes. That's 8 against him. Great. My first cool mana magic thing and did nothing. That's 8 against, so yeah. Everybody's taking 8 exploding damage. If they, I don't know if they pass their saves or not though.
Scorn, you don't know his name. His name's Scorn, by the way. Spoiler alert.
He's got a very big name tag. We can always see it.
Yep. It's written on the interior of his lip. Your shard misses its target, but explodes from the central target and gets the flanking kobolds on either side. Scorn gets blasted with the shard of ice. Anything else, Glimmer?
No.
Ashrin, it's your turn.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Scorn needs to make a con save. And he's a kobold. Oh, he's doing really well.
Good for him.
Yep.
Yay.
I am gonna scoot up close to these folks, and Ashrin is going to take out a little pouch full of sand and start taking out some pinches of it and blowing it in the air in the form of that direction. And I'm gonna cast level 2 sleep, so it targets a point here, so it's within 20 feet of this one and this one.
Okay.
And
It goes from least hit points to most, right?
Yes. Give me 1 second. It's gonna be 78. So. Hate to see it.
So the first one does fall asleep. There's no ill effect if you don't get all the way through, right?
No. So it's like if the one with the least amount of hit points goes down, and then if there are enough hit points left, then it goes to the next one, and if it's not enough, they're fine.
Okay, yeah, so this one falls asleep. Scorn is fine.
Okay.
Anything
my
else?
turn.
Okay. Eidolon, it's your turn.
Eidolon takes a little bit of a deep breath because he realizes that he's charging into this a little bit more fast. So now he's going to bring out his assassin skills, and he's going to step back 5, 10, 15, and change his packed weapon using an action into a heavy crossbow.
Okay.
And then for the bonus action, he is going to prep Branding Smite.
Nice.
Okay. Branding Smite doesn't work on a ranged weapon attack, right?
Smites typically do not work for ranged weapons, no.
It actually does. Branding Smite only says that it's with a
weapon attack. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, nice.
the ruling says
No,
with the weapon attack.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I need to make a crossbow paladin now. Okay, tabs. Who's got the tabs? That's my notes. This is Roll20. Here we go. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I've used everything.
Okay. Scorn on his turn is going to command the slamming sphere to slam into Ashrin.
What kind of zone is that? Is that in a does it just go into my square?
It's 5-foot radius, I believe.
Okay, but is it like is it making a roll, or is it just going into my square?
You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
So I'm ramming it into you. Yeah, to make the saving throw, and then if you end your turn there, next turn you also take the damage again.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, that'll pass.
Yeah.
Do you
Got
take?
jukes?
You take half. Take 2.
Thank you.
Take 2 of that, please. It's
Got
gonna
him.
maintain there. As his action, he's gonna come up here. 1, 2, 3. Can you use an action to wake up a person?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. I was looking up ruling for it yesterday. There's no specific ruling on waking someone up, so
Is it an
I didn't
armor?
like that. I couldn't find any documentation on it. I could be wrong.
I think
tell me if I'm wrong.
It says they're unconscious until the spell ends, the sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Okay.
So Jake, you get to decide if it's a shake or a slap.
It's a shake.
Yeah.
He is a much bigger kobold than other kobolds. Grabs him by like the scruff of his neck and just pulls him up to his feet and plops him down. And then he immediately gets that sling firing up again. These two are the only ones left alive, but Scorn is going to start to chatter at them. To Whitescale in Draconic, you can hear him telling them to fall back towards the nursery, and they are going to. Whoop,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to dash to here. They're like in full retreat towards the back. Gwydion, it's your turn.
Aha! Yes, it is. It is time to have some fun. Gwydion sees the other kobolds running, but they are not his current target. He is here to fuck up the shaman. So he will cross the bridge and point down at the shaman, and in the furious red of his entire outfit, point at him and say, "It is time for you to come and answer to all the sacrifices you have taken unwillingly." And using an action surge, I would like to use my action to dash
Okay.
So move my 30 feet, and then my action to dash straight up to him. And with an action surge, I would like to hit him with my longsword in a wide, furious throw.
Is that a 12 to hit?
That was so epic too. 12 hit.
12 barely misses as he just kind of sneers at you and ducks underneath your longsword.
No, that didn't go as planned, and that was my turn.
Okay, it is these folks' turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to try to cut him off here by dashing. This guy is pretty wounded, so he's just going to try and get out of dodge. Save himself over there. White Scale, it's your turn.
Yeah, it is.
Overhand great axe throw. I told you this like on episode 1. You still haven't tried it.
That's true. I have not.
Well, now you can do an overhand corpse throw because that's what you have.
Yeah.
Are you doing this so you can technically argue that you didn't kill them? It was them that killed themselves. You know.
Listen. I don't know for sure that this one is dead. I'm gonna dash over to this one, and I can't do anything else. So I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Glimmer, it's your turn.
Well, he'll be handled. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm just going to move along the river. I'm within range of this one who's flanked. I'm going to firebolt him. A little bit of like dark bluish, violetish fire in my hand. Towards him. What's right? So 18.
18 will hit.
That is 8 damage.
As you step up towards the kobold White Scales, you see a mote of flame ram into him and burn a hole straight through his chest.
Oh.
Excellent.
Glimmer, it's your turn. Sorry, Glimmer, anything else on your turn?
No.
Ashrin, it's your turn.
Cool. Count out squares here with the bridge, but I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll cast a chill touch on the Skarn.
How do you know his name?
Because he has a name tag on. You sold us this.
Oh, that's right. Mm-mm.
I love that.
Wow.
So Ashrin makes a gesture of a spectral hand and just sends it towards him, but then it just like flies overhead and misses. Cool.
Great. Yep, he's very good at ducking, this kobold.
He's a little guy.
Idle on it
Respect
too.
that.
All right. Prepping his heavy crossbow, he cranks it up and aims and fires a bolt directly at the shaman. Gosh darn it.
What does it look like when
I'm still trying to figure out how to use macros on here.
Everybody, can I get some hashtag weapons in the chat? Everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
I'll start.
It's +6.
Ugh.
Oh, because I did.
It's 17 though, and that hits.
Yeah.
It is a 17. All right, so that will take 1d10 piercing damage, and then that also ignites the branding smite, which is 2d6 radiant damage.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Roll 1d20, 1d10. No, that's not. So that's 4. Plus it should be 4 more, so that's 8 on the initial piercing damage.
Okay.
And then there's rolling 2d6 for the radiant damage. So that's 8 plus 3, 11 total. Yay.
Yay. It is still a very good hit, and you get him squarely in between the ribs. He kind of stumbles back a little bit at the weight of the blow. He has to roll a con save to focus on his flaming sphere.
Eidolon, what does it look like when you change your pack weapon? Do you like reform the one in your hands into something new, or does it disappear and you get a new one?
So basically, it's kind of a thing where he kind of sometimes he'll clap his hands and then push it out, and it kind of forms the weapon, usually for a pole arm. Sometimes he'll do some sort of somatic component and clap and then form the slashing motion that you would make for a greatsword, or sometimes he would start to pull the crank, clap the weapon, and it's just there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go gadget.
Basically, it's like individual somatic components for the individual weapons.
On his turn, Scorn is going to use that same motion that you saw him use on Eidolon, and he's going to target Sir Gwydion's longsword. Please make a Constitution saving throw, please, Gwydion. You manage to keep your sword in hand. As it heats up red hot, you take 2d8 fire damage, and he is going to as he was doing that, he was like, you can tell he was trying to get the sword out of your hand so that he can make a break for it. So he's going to try to run up the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can make an opportunity attack.
I will indeed.
It's at disadvantage because you're holding a glowing hot sword.
I understand. I will roll it again.
14 hits.
Excellent. I do 11 damage.
Holy crap. How do you want to end this kobold's life?
With just so much satisfaction, because I've whiffed every single other time during the battle. So as Scorn turns to turn his back on me, I will raise my sword and plunge it through so that it pierces out his chest.
And it kind of sizzles because it's red hot right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll get close to him and whisper in his ear, I've dealt with much hotter things in my life.
Yes!
Sir Gwydion the Horny. That is... he just looks up at you with guileless... No, that's your name. Cunningless eyes. And they roll back into his head as he sputters his last breath. It is the other kobold's turn. It disappears into the nursery. And that's the last remaining thing in here. So we're going to jump out of initiative order as Douglas kind of posts up outside of the tunnel.
It's worth mentioning that I would chase him in.
Oh, you want to chase him in?
Immediately following after him.
Okay, so then let's stay in initiative order. It is your turn, Gwydion.
Well, I have... Oh, you're right, it is my turn. What do I see? This is a pit beside me and the corpses, right?
Yes, now that you're out of the blood-red heat of battle, you can tell that this pit is filled with skittering black beetle-like creatures. They're about the size of large pigs. Kind of like penned in down there. This is probably a food source for the kobolds.
Okay, they don't look like a threat.
No, they look pretty docile.
And I can see the altar on the podium over there.
Yeah, it's basically like a round... It's the remnants of an old column, basically, that's been flattened out into an altar. I
am definitely smart enough, so I would go over there to investigate this this podium real quick to see if there's anything funky, I guess. Perhaps maybe this machine they were talking about earlier.
Okay, so you actually have to climb up the stairs, so if you run and dash, you'll be able to get there, but you will just make it there.
How tall is it up? I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Is it like 10 feet?
10 feet. You want to make an athletics check to get up there sooner?
Yeah!
Okay, roll it.
I'm going to do it epically. Oh, 10.
You jump and slide off the side of it.
I land on my ass, and I guess I don't even have enough energy. Yeah, I'll just sit on my ass.
Yeah, it looked cool.
I'm gonna take a rest.
It looked cool in your head.
Yeah.
Douglas will follow White Scales in, letting him go first. White Scales, you're greeted with the sight of kind of like tiered layers of a cave, and there are kind of like muddy holes around the outside of the room. It's not very large. It's only like 20 feet by 20 feet. Mm-hmm. And there are dozens of these little cubbies, and inside of them are broods of eggs.
Like kobold eggs?
Yep. From your calculation, there's probably about like 10 or 15.
Great. Cool.
And the kobold warrior has turned around and is pointing his spear at you as he's backing up towards like a set of the eggs.
Okay. I'm just gonna before realizing what is surrounding me, I would still charge forward and just swing over my shoulder and down with the kobolds that I'm currently holding as a weapon.
Okay, roll it. That hits.
That would be a 20.
That hits.
The goal here.
We're going to call it an improvised weapon of a club, so it's 1d4 plus your mod.
All right. Plus my strength?
Yep. Lethal or non-lethal?
We'll call it lethal.
Cool. Imagine if they hatched right now. Imagine the sight.
We wait with anticipation on what White Scale's damage is going to be. Yeah. The leg of the destroyed kobold hinges in such a way that it like kicks out as you swing it, and breaks the neck of the retreating warrior. Falls down to the ground dead.
Excellent. Good. And then I will drop the kobolds that I was holding, and kind of turn around to look at the rest of the room.
Yep, and that's what you see. And now we'll be out of initiative order.
Yeah. Okay.
Douglas is going to pat White Scales on the shoulder and say, that was some good swinging. And he's going to take out his club and start destroying eggs.
Oh.
I'm going to grapple him.
Okay. It's okay. He's not that strong.
Yeah, it's a 12.
He's just an orc.
Yeah.
You grab him.
Cool.
About... Oh no, resolve this, please.
I want to grab him by the shoulders and throw him to the ground.
Oh my god.
Do you want to throw him to the ground, or do you want to throw him out of the tunnel?
I'd rather throw him to the ground.
Okay. So we'll call that a shove. So you just shove him 5 feet to the ground, and he's kind of prone underneath you. When you throw him down, he takes a stock at your superior position, just kind of drops his mace.
And I'll just kind of look at him. That will be enough of that. And then I'll point out the tunnel. You'll head back that way.
Everyone else sees Douglas crawl on his hands and knees out of the tunnel and stands up and kind of brushes himself off, pretending like something never happened. Just kind of mills around the bodies, turning them over.
I would like to go over to the shaman's body and look him over for like items, things he would be using to pollute the minds of the other kobolds. I also want to keep an ear out for like anything else approaching this chamber.
Yeah, I had a question. When you said that we walked in here, there were like some civilians. Did they like scoot as soon as the fighting started, or have they just been watching terrified?
Sorry, I forgot to mention. While the battle is going on, a lot of the civilians scooted off into this area of the tunnel.
Okay.
So they all like ran full tilt in that direction, leaving only the warriors.
I would like to use my action to switch my packed weapon to a greatsword and stand guard right here. Then.
Okay.
You want me to roll something, check for this?
Nope. On the shaman, you see like a splinter of wood is embedded in his staff that looks pretty magical. It kind of glimmers with a light yellow light as it moves around. It looks kind of damaged almost. And then in his like little knapsack that he carries on his side, there is a scroll. Let me see if you can read it. But it is a spell scroll of some sort.
God damn.
Yes, it is a scroll of earth tremor.
Okay. If Ashrin, you're with me expecting the body, I'll like pass you the scroll. Say,
Can you not use it?
I can, but I just, I've got enough.
Okay.
You're a wizard.
Well, it's on my spell list. That's I can already learn it. That's why.
Okay.
So
Well,
people could be like, oh, I've heard of this one. You can have it.
okay, I'll keep it. The staff. Can I try to tell what it's? If I check the staff, please, can I roll?
Do you have the identify spell?
I do not.
No,
Ashrin
then
does.
No, I have detect magic.
Oh, yeah.
You'll not be able to tell what it does.
Can I? Well, I don't really want to take 10 minutes right now, but I would like to comment to Glimmer and be like, now we have not seen a single machine.
No, I think
I'm starting
it's
to
one of
wonder
these.
if our intel was quite accurate. And where is Remus? Where are the bodies of the people
well,
we're looking for?
There's a bunch of tunnels coming off of this cavern. There's probably what we're looking for is probably in one of the other ones.
I mean, but is this the shaman we were looking for?
It looks like it. I don't know.
Okay.
I probably hearing this in the echo of the cave and scream at them, "Wake up the other kobold!"
No, they all died. Didn't they?
No, the initial one.
Yeah.
The first one.
He was
Oh,
gonna
shit.
wake up in an hour.
Yeah.
Gwydion
We
has
bumped
him.
I didn't bring him down the hole.
Oh,
Sorry,
you
where
didn't?
did
I
we
thought you
find
did.
him?
No.
How am I gonna do that? I can't climb the rope,
Right.
the ladder. and-
True.
Can we go retrieve him? No.
You guys are going to find your rope cut on your way up.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Trick.
I would have taken the stairs up to the altar instead of trying to climb again and gotten a closer look at the podium.
It seems like a very crude altar. It has kind of like a bowl-shaped thing to it. There is like a rusty red stain around it, so there's probably some sort of sacrificial element to the pillar.
Does it, if I like poke it and like taste it, does it taste like iron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's definitely
Yep.
blood.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
could
like-
tell that, but you licked it anyway.
Totally I licked it, yeah.
Can I peek down this like top left corridor?
Yeah. You look inside, and it seems to be like a storage room of some sort. There is a bunch of shelves. There's some glass dusty bottles. There's some chests.
Okay. I'll go in there and start looking through the stuff. See if there's anything useful.
Okay, yep, make an investigation check.
$14.
14. You begin to open chests and look at the items on the shelf. As you open one of the chests, you notice that there's like a trap catch to it. So you manage to open it in a way that the dart that comes out doesn't hit you, narrowly avoiding that trap.
I'll sort of like lean to one side and so just to the wall behind me.
Exactly, yeah, and it kind of embeds itself in the stone wall. You find 2 dusty bottles with like a red tomato soup inside of it. You find a bunch of coins and gemstones. It's not enough to like count right now. You probably don't want to spend all the time to do it, but you can write it on your sheet as 100 copper pieces, 400 silver pieces, and
Oh my god.
gold pieces.
How many gold?
50.
Cool. How much silver you said? Also 100 silver? Also 100 silver, you said?
Yes, 400 silver.
400 silver.
Yes. And then you also find some hunks of gemstones. You'll probably need to get it appraised or spend some time appraising it. You can just write it as hunks of gemstones.
Okay.
You also find a weird-looking key. It's got a coat of arms on it, 3 black sheep on a green field, like kind of like on the orb part of the key above the shaft. And you also find a really nice-looking mace. Despite everything else being dusty in here, it is not. It has very thick iron bands on the top and has a symbol of a tower embedded in the hilt. The tower you would immediately begin to recognize as the symbol of Gorgast, the god of construction.
Can I tell with just an Arcana check if something is magic, or do you require detect magic for that?
I mean, it's pretty clear that this thing is magic because there's like no dust on it. If there is like an inkling that it might be magic, but there's no overt clues, then I'll have you roll for it. But to like understand what a thing can do will require the identify spell or like a guess based on a detect magic spell.
Okay. Is this a carryable chest?
Yeah, it's like a small like locker.
Do you have enough room in your inventory? Do you have squares?
Oh yeah, your strength's like only 8, right? So what's your carry?
I'm just kidding. Can I check out the tunnel on the southeast?
Yes, you may. He says as he fiddles with his notes, eyes full of glee as he reads the words that he had written earlier this day. This room is filled with mushrooms. It has like a cooking pot and a put-out campfire in the center. The walls of the cave slope up to form like a little blackened area at the top. And then there's like just a bunch of like planters full of mushrooms that are glowing slightly in the darkness.
That's so cute. Can I take a look in that the soup pot? Make sure it's all kosher soups.
Yeah, it's real soup.
There's no people in there.
It smells like mushrooms and bugs. It's what they eat. You go ahead and give me a survival check.
Yes. Oh shit. Sorry, my fire alarm's going off.
Bye, Quinn. Oh, that was short.
Oh, they muted.
Muted?
Okay.
I fall into the soup pot. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll carry on with someone else then.
I don't mind exploring the southwestern cave, just going in a little bit.
Okay. You notice this cave stretches out far into the darkness and has like some signs of old mining. There's like railroads. There's like tracks on the floor and wooden struts. You can see as you peek your head through the corner a little sign of like tails running off into the darkness. This is probably like their method of escaping something. And in the front little area before the tracks start, you notice a rudimentary smithy. There's like an old forge left over, some iron ingots and things, and they've been like smithing crude spears here.
Okay. So, would it suggest like tunnels that goes somewhere deeper into the cave, or does it look like escape tunnels? Perhaps is it a deep hallway?
Yeah. It's like you've you're in like a natural cavern, and then this is like an old mine shaft that stretches like really far into the darkness beyond what you can see, and you can just see like the last little bit of a tail scamper off into the darkness at the range of your dark vision.
Okay. So I'll just stand here keeping watch in case any come back.
Okay.
There's two potions, two tomato soup potions. Can I tell just with a brief glance that these are healing potions?
Yeah, you've seen one before, and you've seen it work as a healing potion. These are definitely healing potions.
Okay. I'll like look at them both for a while and think, and then I'll pocket both of them, and I'll pick up the rest of the chest, and I'll bring it out into the main chamber, and like put it down on the ground, and say, found some useful stuff in here. Sir Gwydion, maybe you would be interested in this mace. I'll like dig it out of the coins and stuff, shake a few coins off of it.
Oh, well, it looks interesting, sure. It's not quite my style.
Oh, is it too? Is it not like? It's not elegant enough for you?
Well, no. See, I mean, I do know that red is my favorite color, but I don't like other things' blood on me, and that is a quite messy weapon. I like to stay a little bit more classy, while I'm, sorting people.
I can't use a mace, right? A mace is a martial weapon, correct?
It is.
Dang it. Okay, well.
I mean, I can hold on to it if you'd like.
Yes, please.
White Scales, what are you doing?
There's not a whole lot that I'd really be doing in this moment. I would like to throw the two bodies that are currently in here back out the chamber and just kind of stand there trying to figure out what to do from here.
Did we find any machinery or constructs?
Haven't found
Hello.
anything yet.
There's also the doors up here.
There's doors?
Oh, I didn't know that there was doors up there.
I
I
described the doors. Clip it.
Yeah. I would like to peek in if there are doors.
To re-describe the doors, because I definitely described them. It's a set of double doors with a similar painting of Ramblin' Bones.
Yes.
You saw up on the top of the church. And they're about 8 feet tall and like 5 foot wide each. And they're like big and heavy. You want to pull them open?
Yeah, I'll pull one of them open.
Okay. Easy enough. You hold onto the handle and nudge the wooden doors forward. You have no idea how kobolds managed to do this. They probably need a whole team on like a rope in order to get the door open. And as soon as you do, it's you hear the sound of like a very hollow, large open space deep beyond. Your dark vision extends 60 feet and then ends down the tunnel, but you can hear the sound of like a deep laughter echoing off the walls and some clinking and clanking noises. As well as some like whimpers as well.
Oh, I would.
That sounds kind of like our construct, doesn't it?
It's here. I believe the construct is here, and I think I hear Remus or something. It's whimpering. I'm not. I don't know if I could sneak. I'm not really a sneaky type. But are we rushing forward? Are we doing this?
Well, let's get regroup first. But yes, I think there's not much reason to wait at this point.
Did anybody find any healing on the shaman?
No. Just a scroll of.
Is somebody hurt? Do they need to be? Actually, can I just like tell that by looking?
I am pretty beat up. Yes.
Okay, I'll fish one of the ones out of my pocket and toss it to you, Idle, and say, "Yeah, I found this one."
All right. I'm definitely going to drink that then.
Okay. 2d4 plus 2, I believe, for a healing potion.
I'm only 10 hit points down.
6.
At the sound of when you say, "Oh, I think I hear Remus," Douglas and Thomas immediately limp up towards the entrance and try to peer down it and listen.
We need to go now. If they're in danger, we don't know how long they'll live.
Yes, let's go.
Anyone
Everybody
else?
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you continue down the hallway. Can I get your marching order on the right side?
Gordian will take the lead.
From top to bottom, please.
I guess over here.
Thomas and Remus are going to take the lead, actually, because it's their friend.
It's their guy.
Oh, they're definitely going to die.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
Spoiler.
Is that how you want to be?
I mean, I feel like we should be closer together, but the order's good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be trailing slightly farther behind the rest of them.
Okay. So we're going to move you here while I draw the room. Huh. And we are about to wind down here, but I'll be able to get the room drawn and describe everything in it. So you are greeted with the sight as your dark vision begins to show more and more of the room, of a deep basin and a column-like cave that extends far up into the darkness beyond what you can see. There is a bowl-shaped like dent in the center of the room, and it is filled with broken and beaten bodies. Around the exterior of the cave, there is a small pathway that extends all the way around, only about 5 feet to a square.
Do we notice among the bodies any gnomes?
I will update you as I'm done describing the room. There are a bunch of there is like a little post here with a bunch of ropes hanging off of it, and it is covered in blood, and you can see some like ripped off like arms and things around the outside. The most eye-catching feature of the room that I described last is a giant construction on stubby legs. It looks kind of dwarven in origin. It has the face of a very stern-looking man with chains for strands of a beard that end in shackles on the outside. It's almost has the proportions of a gorilla with large, very strong arms, and it's crowned with a diadem that looks like the top of a castle parapet. It has a huge geyser of flame leaking out of like some mechanics in the back of it, just constantly like flickering, like an oil derrick has been like lit on fire, just constantly pouring out smoke. Its belly is round and bulbous and has a cage door on the front of it. And in that cage door, you can see 2 pale white hands that are grabbing the bars of the cell, and kind of like gently shaking to no effect. To answer your question, Lily, yes, you do see some bodies along the bottom of this bowl-shaped area. One of them is got green wild hair, and they're next to some other more recent-looking bodies, which you assume to be the survey team. You can also see Remus is no longer here. You can see like a foot next to the machine where it currently is, and nothing else.
So hold on, this cave is like sort of like a pit. Like there's a ledge running all the way around it, and there's like a pit inside where this machine is. Yes.
Yep, and it's a 10-foot drop.
Okay.
How tall is the machine?
The machine is large, so it's about like 12 feet tall.
Okay, so his head just comes over the edge.
Yeah, he definitely